I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Monday, August 12th, 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Old Trafford in Manchester, England, where Manchester United defeat Chelsea 4-0. It is Chelsea's worst defeat on opening day of the season in their 104-year history of the club. Manchester United got the scoring open from Marcus Rashford, who took his fourth career penalty and slotted it home in the 18th minute. Anthony Martial added one in the 65th minute. 90 seconds later, Rashford had a beauty for Manchester United to put him up 3-0. Daniel James, the debutant and new signing from Swansea City, came on and scored 9 minutes from time. Manchester United take all 3 points. They sit second in the table behind City rivals Manchester City. Meanwhile, Chelsea are in the drop, the bottom 3 places in the English Premier League for the first time since September 30th of 2000. Granted, they're not going to stay there the entire season, we would hope not, as they are a top 6 contender, but an ugly start to Frank Lampard's career as a Chelsea manager, and a fantastic start to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's first season in Manchester as the manager of Manchester United. On this day in the Jose Mourinho derby, Jose Mourinho, the former manager of both clubs, it is Manchester United, his most recent employer, who get the best of his former employer. There were 2 other games on the English Premier League schedule and 4 games in Major League Soccer. Let's get to it.
Name on the trophy, and Solskjaer has won it! Manchester United have reached the promised land.
This is your soccer update. In the other 2 Premier League matches, Leicester City 0, Wolves 0. Wolves had a goal disallowed by the video assistant referee after it was determined an accidental handball led to the goal, meaning the goal is disallowed. 0-0 honors even at the King Power Stadium in Leicester. Newcastle 0, Arsenal 1. Arsenal get the goal through Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the 58th minute, his first goal of the season. He shared the golden boot last season with Sergio Aguero of Manchester City and Mo Salah of Liverpool. He's off to a good start in this campaign as well. Aubameyang's winner is the deciding factor in this match as the Gunners take all 3 points from St. James's Park on the northeast coast. In the 4 Major League Soccer matches, Atlanta United 2, New York City FC 1. Joseph Martinez set a Major League Soccer record, scoring in his 10th consecutive match for Atlanta United. He scored the opener and the winner in the end. In the 42nd minute, Martinez opened the scoring for Atlanta United. He also got a penalty in the 63rd minute, but New York City FC got one back in the 81st minute, 9 minutes from time, but couldn't convert a second goal. Atlanta United take all 3 points. Philadelphia Union 2, Houston Dynamo 1. These 2 clubs were level at 1 at halftime, and then Jack Elliott added the second goal, the winner for Philadelphia Union in the 78th minute. DC United 2, LA Galaxy 1. We promised that all 4 games did not end 2-1. 3 of the 4 ended 2-1. Paul Arriola got the first goal for DC United, and then it was Fabio Alvarez who equalized 3 minutes after halftime. In the 73rd minute, Lucas Rodriguez added the second for DC United to give the black and red all 3 points. And in the final MLS match of the night, LAFC 4, New York Red Bulls 2. It was 2-2 at halftime after a Tyler Miller own goal brought it level at 2 apiece, but then Carlos Vela, a striker for the Mexican national team, converted a penalty, his 37th career Major League Soccer goal. That is the most by a Mexican-born player in MLS history. He made it 3-2 before Eddie Segura made it 4-2 in the 72nd minute to give LAFC all 3 points. With soccer covered, we head to the 15 games in Major League Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone!
And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there.
Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Touch 'em all, Joe.
Home run! Mike Piazza.
Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now now from Major League Baseball.
As we said, 15 games on the Major League Baseball slate will start at Petco Park in San Diego, where the Colorado Rockies defeat the San Diego Padres 8-3. The Rockies' bullpen did not implode. They let a run in the bottom half of the 7th inning, but they put 2 on in the top half of the 8th and top half of the 9th to extend their lead from 4-3 to 8-3, and that's how the game would end. German Marquez improves to 11-5 on the season for the Rockies. Joel Stammen falls to 6-6 for the Friars. Washington Nationals 7, New York Mets 4. We said it 2 nights ago that the Mets were 15-1 in their last 16 games. Call it an announcer's curse, call it what you wish, but the Mets are now 15-2 in their last 17 games. Still pretty darn good. Robert Selman falls to 2-3 on the season for the Mets. Sean Doolittle gets his 26th save of the year for Washington. Here's a stunner. A night after losing by 3 touchdowns, they win by an extra point. Baltimore Orioles 8, Houston Astros 7. The Orioles are the largest underdog in 15 years to win a Major League Baseball game. The Astros closed as heavy favorites. The Orioles still found a way. Even after Houston plated 3 in the top half of the 9th, Baltimore answered by plating 3 in the bottom half of the 9th. Rio Ruiz hit his 7th homer, this one to right field, to score Chance Sisco. It's a 2-run home run off Roberto Osuna, who is the Astros closer, and the Orioles win 8-7. Chicago Cubs 6, Cincinnati Reds 3. Chris Bryant hit his 23rd homer of the season for the Cubbies, this one to left center field. He scored Jason Hayward, who would be the tying run, and Nicholas Castellanos, who would be the game-winning run. Bryant also scored himself. It was a 3-run home run. 5-3 they led at the time. Ian Happ, who came up from AAA a few weeks ago, he scored the 6th run of the game for the Cubbies. Michael Lorenzen falls to 0-3 on the season for the Reds. Pedro Strop gets his 10th save of the year for the Cubbies. The Cubs' bullpen is very injured, so they are doing closer by committee, similar to what the Red Sox are doing. Hopefully soon the Cubs' bullpen can come back healthy and ready to go for the rest of the season. They will need it, as the NL Central race has 3 teams within 3 games. Cubs lead the Brew Crew by 2.5 games, and the Cardinals by 2 games. LA Angels 5, Boston Red Sox 4. This one took 10 innings. Cole Calhoun hit his 26th homer of the season, this one off Matt Barnes in the top half of the 8th to tie the game at 4. And then in the top half of the 10th inning, it was Anthony Bemboom who hit a single to right field, scoring Cole Calhoun off Ryan Weber. 5-4, the Halos win. Andrew Kashner is credited with a no decision. He allowed 3 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. He walked as many batters as he had outs in this game. 5. The bullpen then came in and did what they could for the Red Sox, but it wouldn't be enough. New York Yankees 1, Toronto Blue Jays nothing. Masahiro Tanaka improves to 8-6 on the season for the Yankees. Aroldis Chapman gets his 31st save of the year for New York. Brett Gardner singled in Gio Urshela on an RBI ground rule double 3 days after getting ejected from a game mistakenly, for which the home plate umpire thought that Brett Gardner used a few words. We're a family-friendly show, so we're not going to repeat those words. That's incorrect. It turned out it was Cameron Maben who said a few things. Maben stayed in the game, Gardner was thrown out, and Gardner kind of charged the home plate umpire. No suspensions were issued, and Gardner returned to play for the rest of the series. Atlanta Braves 5, Miami Marlins 4. Mike Foltynewicz, the strikeout king for the Braves, improves to 4-5 on the season. Ender Inciarte hit a 3-run home run in the top half of the 4th inning to put the Braves ahead 4-3 at the time. They would add 1 in the 5th, and the Marlins would get 1 back in the 6th. But from there, the Braves bullpen combined for 3 holds and a save from Luke Jackson, his 18th of the season, to give the Braves the 1-run victory. Kansas City Royals 10, Detroit Tigers 2. Jake Junis is 8-10 on the season for the Royals. Daniel Norris falls to 3-10 for the Tigers. Jorge Soler had 5 RBI in this game, including a solo home run and then a 2-run home run. The 2-run home run came in the top half of the 3rd. It's his 34th homer of the year. His 35th home run was a solo shot to left center field, his 35th homer of the year. That came in the top half of the 8th. He then had a 2-run double in the top half of the 9th. Texas Rangers 1, Milwaukee Brewers nothing. Isaiah Kiner Falefa had a sac fly to right field to score Willie Calhoun. That would be the lone run in this game. Mike Minor improves to 11-6. His ERA drops to 2.9 on the season. He struck out 11 Brewers in 8 scoreless innings. Jordan Lyles falls to 7-8 on the season for Milwaukee. Mike Minor is also the first pitcher since 2000 to win back-to-back starts, both of them on the road, and he only got 1 run of support in each game. Steve Trashel did it at Fenway Park and Yankee Stadium in back-to-back starts in 2000. Thanks to the Elias Sports Bureau for that stat. Cleveland Indians 7, Minnesota Twins 3. This one took 10 innings. Carlos Santana hit his 25th homer of the season. This one a grand salami in the top half of the 10th inning to put the Indians up by 4. That would prove to be the winning margin. Cleveland is now tied with Minnesota, but they hold the tiebreakers. At 71 and 47, they now lead the AL Central. They were 11.5 games back of the Twins on June 4th. Oakland Athletics 2, Chicago White Sox nothing. Lucas Giolito falls to 12 and 6 with a 3.42 ERA for the White Sox. Chris Bassett improves to 8 and 5 with a 3.56 ERA for the A's. Matt Olson hit his 23rd homer of the season, scored Matt Chapman against Giolito in the top half of the 4th. Those would prove to be the 2 lone runs in this game. Liam Hendricks gets his 12th save of the season for the A's. St. Louis Cardinals 11, Pittsburgh Pirates 9. John Gant is 8-0 on the season. That is not wrong. 8-0. We're serious. He's got a 2.8 ERA on the season for the Cardinals. Lane Thomas tripled in Paul DeJong in the bottom half of the 4th inning for St. Louis, and then hit his 3rd homer of the season, a grand salami in the bottom half of the 7th to put St. Louis up 9-8 at the time. Dexter Fowler would add 2 more on a home run in the bottom half of the 8th for St. Louis before Pablo Reyes homered in the top half of the 9th to bring Pittsburgh back to within 2, but it wouldn't be enough. LA Dodgers 9, Arizona Diamondbacks 3. Hyunjin Ryu comes off the injured list and improves to 12 and 2 with a 1.45 ERA for Los Doyers. Mike Leake falls to 9 and 9 on the season for the Diamondbacks. Justin Turner had 2 homers and 3 RBI in this game for the LA Dodgers. San Francisco Giants 9, Philadelphia Phillies 6. Will Smith, no, not the actor, but rather the Giants closer, got his first plate appearance last night, got a hit, got 2 RBI, and got the victory in this game. He's 4-0 with a 2.42 ERA for San Francisco. The Giants also allowed 10 hits and walked 11 batters last night. For the first time since July 26th of 1999, the Giants allowed 10-plus hits and 10-plus walks in a 9-inning victory. That game on July 26th of 1999 came against the St. Louis Cardinals in a 10-8 victory. And in the final game of the night, Tampa Bay Rays 1, Seattle Mariners nothing. Ryan Yarbrough improves to 11 and 3 with a 3.56 ERA for the Rays. Wade LeBlanc falls to 6 and 6 for the Mariners. Emilio Pagan gets his 3rd consecutive save for Tampa Bay, his 12th of the year. With the Rays' 1-0 victory over the Mariners, the Rangers' 1-0 victory over the Brew Crew, and the Yankees' 1-0 victory over the Blue Jays, it means for the first time since July 27th of 2013, 3 road teams win 1-0 games in Major League Baseball. It's just the 6th time that it's happened in Major League history. That's the Sport Report for Monday, August 12th, 2019.
Now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com.
This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler Sports is strictly prohibited.